Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the UKW Arena on Saturday, November the 19th, and we have got two shows for the price of one tonight. And as you can see, we are starting with Genesis, Genesis Ignite.
That's right, pushing limits, Genesis.
Yes.
We are right here, as Tommy Dillon said, in Batley, West Yorkshire. We are live, we are ready, we are waiting.
Absolutely. The voices of Genesis right here to carry you along with it. The Wildcard Tommy Dillon and the two-time UKW Heavyweight Champion JPR.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you are well watching this at home.
Yeah. And this is so big for Genesis tonight, our very first showcase event.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, from what I've said from episode 1, you fight for these opportunities. Absolutely. To be live in front of an audience, in front of a watching crowd at home as well. All of these things that you do as a trainee, building up to moments like this, is paramount to these young person's career.
Yeah. And as we all know, with this first ever showcase event from Genesis, it will be finished off with what has now become a triple threat for the Genesis Championship. It became a triple threat this past Wednesday after Brent Newman defeated Bishop in match 5 of their best of 7 series, getting his numbers up to 3-2.
At the end of the day, what you've got to realise is in a triple threat match, the champion doesn't have to be pinned.
No, that's the thing. I mean, Bishop won't be happy that Newman is in this, but his rage will not be half as much as Jacob Reed, because Jacob Reed came into this match thinking it was one-on-one. Now he doesn't even need to be there.
He doesn't need to be pinned. He doesn't need to submit to lose the title. It's that simple. The champion does not need to be present to lose the belt.
Exactly. Jacob Reed, as we know, the first ever two-time Genesis champion. First of all, he beat Cliff Harrison, who he's now partners with, and then he defeated Damon Crowe, the man who took the title from him.
Yeah.
And the Dogs of War, they basically ruled over Genesis Ignite with an iron fist. They've got involved in everything, and anything that wasn't about them, they made it about them.
But the triple threat, in regards to that, spins a whole new element into it, because at the end of the day, as you've said, Jacob Reed was only preparing for one person, and he's got to prepare for 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything can happen in regards to that match.
That's the thing. You can't even, with the two guys that are in it, Bishop and Brent Newman, you can't even have that moment of I'll let them beat each other down, because we've seen in their best of 7 series, it only takes that one moment for one of them to beat the other.
That's it. At the end of the day, in regards to Bishop, he possesses mad strength. Mad strength. So in regards to Bishop, that's the in regards to the strength that he's got, he's almost untouchable.
Yep.
So the other two have to be aware of that, especially our current champion Jacob Reed.
Yeah, absolutely. Could the Dogs of War be losing their one golden opportunity tonight? But it's not the only war they've got tonight as well.
No, they've got a tag match.
Yeah, 2 other members of the Dogs of War, Cliff Harrison and Sebastian Mercer, taking on 2 men who they tried to take out recently.
I've seen a lot, obviously, of Brett Cedric since he's appeared here a few weeks ago in Genesis.
He's really taken this place by storm.
In regards to Casey Riley, he's my boy.
I know you're a huge fan of his. But everything you've said about him, he's lived up to it.
At the end of the day, he's a product of JPR, so to speak. I've had my eye on him for a good year and a half now. So at the end of the day, to see him flourish, it's not a case to say I told you people, so it's a case to see that I'm happy for Case and Riley that he's taken Ignite by storm, and at the end of the day, the sky's the limit for both of those men. In regards to the match that he's got today against the Dogs of War, they're very formidable opponents. At the end of the day, you can't take the Dogs of War lightly. You can't take your foot off the gas. Good afternoon, sir.
Here's our referee, Neil Ayrton.
I like this guy. He's a good guy.
You just got him a free shirt.
But at the end of the day, the Dogs of War can't take Brett and Case and Riley.
Absolutely not, no.
But vice versa as well. Case and Riley and Brett can't take the Dogs of War lightly either.
Well, that is the thing that we saw on Wednesday night. They thought they had the upper hand because both men were dazed and confused. They got in the ring, they went after him, but Brett and Kaysen, they switched the tables on him. They turned it around and they took him out.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do again tonight.
Exactly, yeah.
You can't rest up. You can't have a moment's peace to yourself in regards to, you know, a tag match like this. It's got, you know, epic proportions. You know, at the end of the day, you're in front of a live crowd. You're in front of a crowd that, you know, has paid to see you as well.
And as we all know, UKW audience, they're unforgiving. They will cheer for who they want,
Absolutely.
and they will boo you straight out of the building if they hate you.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, this is a prime opportunity for these guys to showcase themselves.
No, you're right. Absolutely.
You know, the sky's the limit. You have a good match tonight. Good God, you could be on showdowns. You could be on, you know, main shows.
Yeah, I mean, really, the winners of that match, they could be heading up the ladder to those tag team titles that are currently hanging above the ring.
There's no two ways about that. At the end of the day, what I've said from day one, episode 1 of Showdown, is wins cause momentum. The more momentum you've got, the more wins you've got, the more backing you've got from the fans.
Absolutely.
The more backing you've got, you know, from the people at home. The more backing you've got from management to try and see, maybe these guys are worth a shot at the, you know, at the tag team titles, which are hanging up there at the moment, you know. But we'll let the other guys talk about that a bit later on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And we do, of course, have another grudge match tonight.
I've seen a bit of this on social media.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, these guys are, you know, jaw-jacking towards each other to the cows come home. I saw a promo from Remus Kane in regards to him being on the beach talking smack to young Horace. At the end of the day, you know, these two guys in regards to this rivalry is personal. There's
definitely, I mean, Horace has been in that ring calling him out for the last couple of weeks. Remus has basically said, I'll see you at Pushing Limits, and not before. Yeah. Remus loves his mind games.
It's in regards to Remus, it's his terms. It's his terms, you know, at the end of the day, that people need to adhere to and people need to start listening to, because in regards to Remus Kane, especially now he's got Jenny Hayes as well in his corner, this guy means business.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. What do we know about Jenny Hayes? I mean, she's a mystery.
Not a lot. She's an enigma.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Jenny Hayes apart from the fact that, you know, she hangs around with Remus Kane. I don't know much about Jenny Hayes apart from, you know, that she walks the ring with Remus Kane. That's all I know about Jenny Hayes.
That's it. Yeah, I mean she's a mystery, but she has been known to get involved in his matches. I mean, she took out J-Ro not so long back.
Yeah, I mean she's not afraid. She's not afraid to, you know, get her hands dirty, so to speak, and help Remus Kane in regards to the you know, the cause for the fight, so to speak.
Yeah. And so, you know, that's another thing for Horace to look out for. He wants Remus Kane so bad, but he's got to keep that second eye open for what's going on the outside.
Absolutely.
Because if she gets a chance, she'll get involved.
No two ways about it. No two ways about it. So, you know, at the end of the day, this is what we came for. This is Genesis Ignite. This is, as I said at the start of the show, a prime opportunity for these guys, all of these guys, to make, you know, to make a statement for themselves.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, again, you know, no matter which guys we're talking about on Genesis, one way or another, I'm so proud of them to have pushed it right to Pushing Limits.
Absolutely.
Because this showcase event right before UKW Retribution, I mean, it is going to be in front of a live UKW pay-per-view audience. And everybody watching on pay-per-view, everybody who's going to download this, and I can't say how proud I am of all of them, because you and I have been here since day one, and we have watched them grow. Whether it be in training or in the ring, whatever, we have seen them grow, and they have made this happen.
They deserve it.
Absolutely.
They deserve it. Each and every person that's stepping into this ring for Pushing Limits absolutely deserves their spot here tonight. I mean, we've all been there. You've been there at the start of your career. I've been there at the start of my career as well, where, you know, the time has come to make a name for yourselves in front of a live crowd.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, that experience cannot be replicated.
Yeah. Well, I was the Academy champion years ago, which obviously was the precursor to the Genesis Championship. Right. So when I see these guys stepping up and I see that Genesis title with all the history of the UKW Academy seeped in it, and I see them all stepping up and getting ready, and, you know, all these men, these three guys in the triple threat, this tag match, this grudge match, all of it is just feeding into the future of UKW.
Absolutely, and the future's bright. If you've got guys that's like, credit where the credit's due. Guys like the Dogs of War, guys like Brett Sedgwick and Casey Riley, guys like Jacob Reed, Bishop and Brent Newman. If these guys, and obviously Remus Kane and Young Horus, these guys keep doing what they're doing. At the end of the day, UKW is in a very, very good place. For years and years to come. There's no two ways about it. All of these guys are young and hungry. So, at the end of the day, if these guys continue to perform how they're performing, literally the sky's the limit for these guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. All the history that goes into this place, this company, this promotion, UKW, it's been around for, 13 years now? 13, 14 years? Yeah, and you've seen that growth right from the very beginning, right to now. Whether it be the Academy Championship, the Genesis Championship, or even the UKW Heavyweight Championship, there's that growth that you see the company where it started to where it has come to. And it's still non-stop. It's going to keep going.
It's going to keep going.
There is no sign of this place stopping.
Absolutely not. You look at social media, for example, these guys, in regards to UKW, there's 4,000 Facebook followers, if not more. 6,000 subscribers to YouTube. That's nothing to be sniffed at. And as you said, this has taken 13 years for it to grow to where it's grown at the moment. And it will keep growing, as you said before. There's no two ways about that either.
Yeah, I do spend a lot of time on YouTube watching the old stuff of UKW and the current stuff, and you see the views just going up and up and up. And that's not just me.
No.
People are watching it all the time.
Absolutely.
And they're enjoying it and they're seeing it and cheering, booing, just living vicariously through these young men and women that are in this ring.
We've got a stacked crowd here tonight as well, obviously, as time keeps filling in. We've got a stacked crowd here tonight. You've got lots of reserved seats I can have a look at around the ring tonight, and it's just going to be a pleasure to perform in front of these people, as it always is.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what it is, I'm definitely proud of you being out here for this, because you, as we know, have got 2 fights on your hand tonight, and yet you're still putting it in for Genesis, so I'm proud of you.
Whenever I can, I will put it in for Genesis. I might not be available to commentate every week, but when I am available, by all means, I will never say no to the future of UKW, and obviously sitting down and enjoying it, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? So, obviously, I've got 2 matches tonight. One match I don't want any part of.
Believe me, nobody wants a part of him.
He who shall not be named, so to speak.
Agreed.
At the end of the day, it needs must. If I have to do it, then I don't think I've got a choice to wrestle Ian Creed. It's been approved by UKW management for whatever godforsaken reason.
You're not running from it. That's the thing. That's what makes you a great champion. Because how many champions have we seen hold that title that have then said, I want to sit back a bit, let everybody else fight it out? You're a fighting champion.
At the end of the day, that I am. But I'm very reluctant to. I gave Cerebral Steve another chance for this pay-per-view at Retribution to win the UKW Championship, and I thought that was that. Unfortunately, that's not how wrestling works. So, at the end of the day, I've got 2 matches, as I said, one of which that I'm very, very, very reluctant to, go ahead and do.
Yeah, of course.
Needs must at the end of the day.
Of course. That is the thing. That is what it takes to be a champion. That is what these, as I say, these young men and women of Genesis, that's what it's going to take for them to get out there. Is they've got to go out there and they've got to fight regardless of the fight. Yeah. They're fighting for their careers. They're fighting for their legacies.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're absolutely right. What you've got to consider is as I said, every win that you get, every win that happens to you, it's not a fluke. The more wins you get, the more you get noticed. The more noticed you get, the better your opportunities are in the future. There's no two ways about it. So having this ground, having this backing at Genesis, to have that, the foundation, the starting blocks to a long and fruitful career for all of these guys on there is amazing, absolutely amazing.
You just see this audience just
it's starting to fill out.
Yep.
it's starting to fill out. At the end of the
They ain't
day,
going to
it's
be
great.
quiet tonight. They're going to
No.
let us know what they're thinking.
It's starting to fill out, which is a joy to see. At the end of the day, this is what we live and breathe for, isn't it?
Absolutely,
Tommy?
yeah. It's what I certainly live and breathe for. I've been on both sides of the situation when it comes to the UKW audience. They've cheered me, they've booed me, but I tell you what, they've never given up on me, and that's what I love them.
At the end of the day, what you don't want is silence.
Oh, of
obviously,
course, no.
these fans have paid good money.
If I can't make them happy, I'm gonna make them mad.
So these fans have paid good money to see what they choose to do, what they choose to do tonight, what they choose to do to me tonight is completely up to them.
Oh, we know what they're gonna do to you tonight.
Against Ian Creed, I'm not sure. Oh, I see a sign.
Yeah.
I see a sign.
Yeah, we've got
Good
JPR
grief.
signs already in this audience as well.
That sign's just warmed my heart, to be perfectly frank. I see you. I see the sign. There it is.
Yeah.
It's a big sign, isn't it?
Tell you what, I hope nobody's sitting behind them. Oh, even better. It's double-sided.
I love it. But at the end of the day, as I said before, these fans have paid good money to, see us perform.
Absolutely.
So whether they boo, whether they cheer, whether they do whatever, at the end of the day, it's their concourse what they do.
Yeah, the fact is, when we get in that ring, we're doing it all for them.
Yeah, which is fine, which is grand. At the end of the day, it's just what we do and what we train for. How long have you been training?
I've been here for 7 years.
See, I've been training for 10.
Yeah,
and so at the end of the day, these things don't happen overnight.
No, definitely not. No, I always say when people ask me how long you've been doing it, I say I'm a 7-year rookie because I'm always learning.
Yeah, we're always learning.
That's what they do. That's what I say to all the guys in training, all these guys that show up on Genesis.
Right.
Never stop learning.
I don't know what training I could have took for a strap match. Do you know what I mean? It's
just work on your calluses.
don't have any. I'm always tries every day.
Yeah,
What's that?
That's true. It's petrol
new.
soft.
That's new, isn't it?
Yes, we've got corner
camera.
cameras.
That camera's new. We've got just one.
We've got corner cameras now. We are getting the matches tonight on both Pushing Limits and Retribution. They're going to be seen from all sides now.
Technology, isn't it?
Yeah.
Technology there. Can't wait.
Yeah,
Can't wait. Crowd's filling out still.
Yeah, you look back on those days when it was just like one camera following everybody around, and now look at it. We got cameras everywhere.
I remember those days with one roaming camera, and people tried to sell DVDs of it. It was great. How many people think you got here at the moment? 30, 40, more, 50?
Hard to say because they keep ploughing in.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, but that is the thing, that's why I'm so proud to be part of this place, because it builds and builds and builds all the time.
Let's get him for a minute. Come here.
Dylan Chase.
Dylan Chase.
Get up. Come here.
What's that?
What's that?
What's that?
Well, you should know what that is, gents.
We should, yes, but we want you to tell us.
Oh, right, okay. This is...
What's that?
I'm going to call it... Because obviously we love Sid Phoenix, I'll call it Phoenix Cam 1.
Oh,
So it's a GoPro, so that will catch all of the footage, because if you think of the angle, it's looking at the whole ring, so it will catch extra footage.
Nice.
So every match.
Has it got audio?
Or it'll catch everything, audio, sound, the lot. It'll catch everything.
Please don't
No
swear.
swearing.
Yes.
Please don't swear.
Yes, it'll catch everything. But I've got a 20-minute between the end of the first show and the start of the second one. I've got like a 20-minute time to get that camera off for the first 3 set of matches, get it backed up, get it back on there, ready to go.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, enjoy, gents.
Yeah, you have a good
Cheers.
one. We'll catch you later.
See? That's why I asked about audio, because I tend to...
Oh, we all do. We all get there. Right,
Whoops.
but yes, we are just coming up to our 10-minute break. We will catch you all in 10 minutes when we start our Genesis Showcase Pushing Limits. See y'all soon.